by Klay Thompson's return to the Bay Area, where he won 4 championships with the Golden State Warriors, and he got the welcome home that a captain deserves.
Let's extend our captain hats to the 4-time Warriors champion. He's back!
So Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, the hug, Sinead, we'd all been waiting for, but let's get to the game action because that's what Klay said he wanted to do. He knows these nets very well.
Oh, he does. And y'all, you saw the hug, but that did not last long. He started doing Steph's moves after he knocked down a couple threes. And what did Steph say? Let me hold my beer.
He said,
Klay's return brought an overwhelming sense of nostalgia. But that hug, it was more than a moment of camaraderie. It signaled the beginning of an intense showdown. While fans were basking in the sentiment, the tension between legacy and performance was already brewing on the court. Klay's quick threes and Steph's cheeky response weren't just playful, they were statements. But this isn't just a story about old teammates reuniting, it's about survival in a league that's evolving faster than ever. Can the Warriors' core still deliver against teams that are younger and hungrier? As the next section unfolds, the stakes escalate.
Steph Curry, though,
he was
says,
very
all right,
bad, girl. He was bad.
We're creating a little separation here, but I know my splash brother, and he's going to come back. He needed to put a little icing on this one, Perk.
Oh, absolutely. Again, hey.
Look out.
Didn't even comment on it.
Dancing like he knew it was Perk's 40th birthday.
Yep.
Steph, going to work. Once he got that switch on Lively, you knew, Sinead, it was going to be night. Steph Curry, we can't, is he saying this is my ish here? We're not professional lip readers on this show.
That's the Steph the NBA knows.
Yeah, that is the Steph that fans love as well. Let's take a listen to Klay Thompson on his return.
Felt the love from the fans, and it was a little weird at first seeing Steph warm up, but that's nature of our business. Change happens. It's happened to plenty of great players who've won championships together. Yeah, it was surreal, and a night I'll never forget.
It's my guy. It's my friend. Road dog for 13 years, so there's a lot of history. You're going to have a lot of back and forth. Some of it was competitive, some of it was fun. I'm so surprised they ran a post up for him on the first play. I blacked out on that one. I wasn't going to let him score, and I fouled him. But it was a pretty special night all the way around. Obviously, we won. It was a great finish, but well done all the way around.
Perk, I thought this was the game of the year so far. It had a little bit of everything on the inaugural night of the NBA Cup. What did you think?
I agree with you. I didn't know the NBA Finals started in November. That's what it felt like, seriously. The intensity was there. It absolutely was the game of the year. And Steph Curry, I knew you had those green eyes for a reason because you was a demon last night. And listen.
Is that why you wore green today?
Absolutely, demon time, baby, demon time.
Because his approach to that game, and I watched it from start to finish, I said to myself, he want this game so bad. I'd never seen Steph Curry play with this much passion in a regular season game.
This wasn't just about reconnecting with the past, it was about rewriting the future. Steph's night-night dominance was terrifyingly precise, with 36 points, shooting 58.3% from the field, and draining 7 out of 10 threes. Meanwhile, Klay was fighting to prove he still belonged, putting up 22 points on 6 for 11 from deep. But even as they celebrated, a haunting question lingered. Can these performances last over the grueling 82-game season? For every flashy highlight, there's the stark reality of their combined age, now averaging over 33 years, and the relentless rise of teams like Denver and Sacramento in the West. As we step into the next segment, the emotional undercurrents deepen.
His lip, the bottom lip, was quivering during that tribute video, and he texted Steph the night before, asked him, hey, let's not do that speech, because he didn't want to cry. He did not want to get emotional, but he thought a little bit to the Warriors.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I could see the tear on TV, but Tim being in the building, you could see that type of detail up close.
Look, I was not in the building, but I was glued to the screen.
Yes.
This was, popcorn. This was box office. This was vintage Warriors basketball. And I say it on both ends because we got a Steph Curry flurry. We got Draymond having a tremendous game, blocking things from left, right, and center. And then, of course, we got Klay Thompson shooting streaky threes, 6 of them. But to me, I mean, it was the last 12 points that Perk alluded to. He was slicing and dicing the Dallas Mavericks. He was looking for those switches. He was hunting those mismatches. He was not settling from three. What I love is that Steph, hey, he's been asked to do a little bit less. His minutes are a little bit down, but still, he shows up in these moments because he's got that dog in him. He's got that competitive fire. Don't let that baby face fool you. He showed everyone that I'm still that guy.
Yeah.
To me, it was a win-win. Klay played well because that was a difficult circumstance to be able to handle your emotions. But also, Steph reminded people that I can carry this team too. I'm still trying to process.
So are we done asking questions then? I know for now, right? Because the Golden State Warriors, they go in, they beat Boston in a game that I don't think any of us picked them to be able to win.
Did.
And then maybe, okay, perfect. Of his predictions this year have been perfect. Then maybe they didn't go up and they didn't maybe prepare appropriately for the Cavaliers. They got waxed in that game. But they have some big wins, some clutch wins, some signature wins. Are we done asking the questions now?
We have no choice. When you think about the Warriors, they're the most dangerous team in the Western Conference because they came into this season and we didn't have expectations for this Warriors team. I know I didn't. I wasn't expecting them to be at the top of the rankings in the Western Conference. But right now, to me, with all the injuries, they're clearly looking like the best team in the West right now.
The tribute was heartwarming, but the game was a crucible. Steph's 32 minutes on the court were laser focused, delivering 9 assists and a game-high plus-minus of 18. Draymond Green's 4 blocks and 3 steals cemented his role as the defensive anchor. Klay, despite the emotional weight, held his ground with crucial threes. But the unspoken danger here is clear: can the Warriors maintain this intensity while managing fatigue, injuries, and a stacked Western Conference? The Mavericks' inability to match up offered a reprieve, but lurking ahead are juggernauts like the Lakers and Nuggets. The fourth part unearths the razor-thin margin for error that defines this season.
You saw his numbers at the back of the bottom of the screen. They're still wild.
Right.
I want to save my energy for when it matters most. Sometimes you see them playing conservationist. I don't think it works in those matchups. You got to show up and show out.
They lost the last 3 games by a combined 6 points here. So at the end of the day, we're talking about a 6-point difference. But when you're the Western Conference representative, that's the type of magnifying glass that we are pulling out.
Klay Thompson returned to Chase Center not as a hero in blue and gold, but as the enemy in Maverick blue. What began as a warm homecoming ended in a cold-blooded execution by Steph Curry. The Dallas Mavericks, riding on Thompson's 22-point performance and Luka Doncic's 31-point effort, were sent reeling after Steph's dagger sealed their fate in a 1-2, 0-1, 1-7 thriller. With 12 consecutive points in the final 3 minutes, Steph didn't just win the game, he ended it, leaving Thompson and Dallas in stunned silence. This game wasn't just about nostalgia, it was a battlefield where allegiances were forgotten and every possession felt like life or death. For Steph, the stakes were personal. He wasn't just defeating a team, he was extinguishing the hope of a former brother-in-arms who dared to step onto his court. Steph's late-game heroics, 4 for 4 shooting, 2 deadly threes, and his signature night-night celebration sent a chilling reminder of who still rules the NBA. Steph's brilliance extends beyond the stat sheet. His influence on the Warriors' rising talents is palpable. Jonathan Kuminga added 16 points and 5 rebounds, showcasing the growth of a player thriving under Steph's mentorship. Moses Moody, another young gem, provided key defensive stops and continues to shoot 40% from deep this season. These young stars are not just filling gaps, they are building the next chapter of the Warriors dynasty. Steph is the maestro and the next generation is dancing to his tune. But while Steph thrives, Klay Thompson falters. Despite scoring 22 points on 6 for 12 from 3, Thompson's inconsistency and defensive lapses are glaring. Fans who once adored him are now calling for his trade, questioning whether his $50 million contract with Dallas was a mistake. Once a pillar of the Warriors dynasty, Klay now finds himself as the target of frustration and disillusionment. His emotional return was a reminder of what once was, but his inability to match Steph's killer instinct highlights the stark reality: his kingdom is crumbling. On the other end, the Warriors' defense, led by Draymond Green, was a fortress. Green contributed 11 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and a suffocating presence with 3 steals and 2 blocks. The team's strategy to switch and hunt mismatches suffocated Dallas' offense. Meanwhile, Golden State's 3-point sniping hitting 38.9% as a team proved deadly. Steph's 37 points, 5 for 12 from deep, and Buddy Hield's consistent shooting reminded everyone why the Warriors remain the NBA's most dangerous team. Next up for Golden State, the Memphis Grizzlies on Saturday, November 16th. Memphis, reeling from a disappointing start to the season, now faces the unenviable task of stopping a Warriors team that seems unstoppable. Ja Morant's suspension leaves the Grizzlies vulnerable, and Steph's current form promises more destruction. Memphis is staring down the barrel of a Golden State team hungry to solidify its dominance in the NBA Cup and the Western Conference. The Warriors' message is clear: no one is safe. With their 9-2 record, the Warriors are not just winning games, they're asserting dominance. This team, once dismissed as aging and fragile, is proving the doubters wrong in terrifying fashion. Steph's historic back-to-back 30-point games as the oldest point guard to do so highlight his brilliance. But it's more than just Steph. This team is a machine, blending veteran leadership, young talent, and a killer instinct that has left teams like Dallas, Boston, and OKC in ruins. For Klay Thompson, the night was bittersweet. For the Mavericks, it was devastating. And for the Warriors, it was a statement: the dynasty isn't dead, it's just getting started, as Memphis braces for the storm.